Welcome back to a nostalgic trip through time. For decades, Saturday morning wasn't just another day of the week, it was a ritual. Children across America would wake up early, pour themselves a bowl of cereal, and settle in front of the television for hours of animated adventures. Today, we're diving into 10 amazing facts about Saturday morning cartoons, how they shaped a generation, and why they disappeared. Stick around to the end for a special bonus fact. Number 1. In the 1960s, Saturday mornings became the golden hours for children's programming. Television networks realized that kids were a captive audience, especially on weekends when parents wanted to sleep in. This created a unique block of time dedicated entirely to cartoons. The strategy worked so well that Saturday mornings quickly became a multi-million-dollar industry. What made it special was that this was the only time kids could watch cartoons outside of after-school reruns. Unlike today's streaming services, Saturday morning felt like an event you had to be part of. Families even scheduled chores and breakfast around it. The scarcity made the experience unforgettable. For many kids, the excitement wasn't just the shows, but the ritual. You'd wake up, grab your cereal, and plant yourself in front of the TV for hours. It created a shared cultural memory that generations still reminisce about. Number 2. The cereal companies were the real masterminds behind Saturday morning cartoons. Brands like Kellogg's and General Mills sponsored entire shows, weaving their products directly into the viewing experience. They weren't just selling breakfast, they were selling a lifestyle. Cereal mascots like Tony the Tiger and Toucan Sam became just as famous as cartoon characters themselves. Kids could watch a cartoon and then see the mascot in the commercial during the same break. It was a powerful marketing cycle. This tight relationship between cereal and cartoons led to the boom of sugary cereals designed specifically for children. Saturday mornings became a marketing playground that shaped both diets and culture for decades. Number 3. Some of the earliest Saturday morning hits were Hanna-Barbera creations like Scooby-Doo, the Jetsons, and the Flintstones. These shows introduced kids to colorful characters and slapstick humor while cleverly sneaking in life lessons. Hanna-Barbera dominated the airwaves because their style of limited animation made it cheaper and faster to produce. They reused backgrounds and repeated motions, but kids didn't care. The stories and characters carried the magic. Because of this, Hanna-Barbera became the most prolific cartoon studio in television history, cementing their place as the backbone of Saturday mornings for generations. Please show your support for the channel by subscribing, liking the video, and hitting the notifications bell so that you never miss a new video. Number 4. In the 1970s, networks began creating cartoons directly based on popular movies, celebrities, and even bands. Everything from Star Wars to the Jackson 5 ended up with an animated spin-off. If something was hot, it became a Saturday morning cartoon. One of the strangest examples was the Harlem Globetrotters cartoon, where the basketball stars solved mysteries like Scooby-Doo. Kids loved it, but it also showed how networks were willing to animate just about anything. This trend gave kids a sense that cartoons were tied directly to the larger pop culture landscape. If you loved a band or a movie, chances are you could find a cartoon version of it on Saturday mornings. Number 5. Saturday morning wasn't just about entertainment, it was also about education. The Federal Communications Commission began requiring stations to air educational content, and out of that mandate came classics like Schoolhouse Rock. Instead of boring lessons, Schoolhouse Rock turned grammar, math, and history into catchy songs. Conjunction, Junction, and I'm Just a Bill became part of American childhood. Kids learned without even realizing it. This blend of fun and education proved so effective that even adults remember the songs decades later. It showed the incredible influence Saturday morning cartoons could have on shaping young minds. Number 6. By the 1980s, toy companies discovered the power of cartoons as marketing tools. Shows like He-Man, G.I. Joe, and Transformers were essentially 30-minute commercials designed to sell action figures. The line between content and advertising blurred. Kids didn't just watch the show, they begged their parents for the toys afterward. This strategy turned cartoons into billion-dollar franchises. This era cemented Saturday morning as not just entertainment, but a marketing powerhouse that reshaped the toy industry forever. Number 7. One of the unique aspects of Saturday morning was that it created a sense of community. Kids didn't have DVRs or YouTube. If you missed your favorite cartoon, you had to wait an entire week. That shared schedule bonded an entire generation. Playground conversations on Monday were filled with debates over who was the best superhero, what happened on Scooby-Doo, or whether Bugs Bunny outsmarted Elmer Fudd again. The shows became cultural currency. This sense of shared experience is something streaming services can't quite replicate. Saturday morning wasn't just about cartoons, it was about belonging. Number 8. The decline of Saturday morning cartoons began in the 1990s. Cable television, especially channels like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, provided cartoons 24/7. The magic of scarcity disappeared. At the same time, educational mandates increased, forcing networks to shift away from purely entertainment-driven cartoons. Parents also became more concerned about advertising directly to kids. As a result, the once sacred Saturday morning block began to shrink. By the 2000s, it had almost completely vanished. Number 9. The final nail in the coffin came in 2014 when the CW officially ended its Saturday morning cartoon block. It was the last holdout, and with its cancellation, an era officially ended. For the first time in over 50 years, kids no longer had a dedicated cartoon block on network television. The tradition was gone, replaced by on-demand content and digital platforms. But the memories remained, and for those who grew up with Saturday mornings, it marked the end of a cultural phenomenon that defined childhood. Number 10. Despite their disappearance, the legacy of Saturday morning cartoons is still alive. Many shows are available on streaming services, and nostalgia continues to drive merchandise and reboots. Scooby-Doo, Transformers, and even Schoolhouse Rock still have fans today. These cartoons didn't just entertain, they influenced language, fashion, and even careers. Many animators, writers, and musicians credit Saturday mornings with inspiring their creativity. For generations who grew up with them, Saturday morning cartoons represent more than shows. They symbolize a simpler, joyful time that brought families and friends together. Bonus fact: while Saturday morning cartoons all but disappeared from network television by the 2000s, nostalgia has quietly brought them back, and in surprising ways. In June 2024, MeTV launched MeTV Toons, a dedicated 24/7 channel featuring timeless favorites like Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo, and the Flintstones. This resurgence isn't just about nostalgia. It highlights a renewed appetite for the magical rituals of animated storytelling. There you have it, 10 great facts and a bonus. Saturday morning cartoons may have disappeared from network TV, but their spirit lives on. From shaping childhood rituals to inspiring whole industries, their legacy is still felt today.